Good evening. Welcome to Sunday Night Shave. Tonight's going to be a little bit different kind of a video. Not going to be doing a shave tonight. Shaved the head yesterday and I'm trying to let her rest a little bit. Letting the beard grow out, as you can see. I looked at my face the other morning in the mirror and thought, oh, my face is dirty. And then I realized, nope, just facial hair growing. So we're not dirty, folks. We're just growing the beard back out. Tonight I'm going to do a little bit of a explanation video, so to say. There's a lot of terms when it comes to shaving soaps, such as hard puck, crope, cream. Going to be covering all of that this evening. And also going to be doing a little bit of a lather tutorial. Now, I'm no expert latherer by no means. There are men greater than I, but I've got some people watching my videos that are new to wet shaving, and thought that I would kind of do an informational video, so to say, for them. And hopefully for those of you that are watching that have been wet shaving for a while, maybe there's something in this video for you that you didn't know. So I'm going to adjust the camera. You're going to be looking down at the lather bowl and the soaps, and hopefully you enjoy. So here's the angle for the evening. So let's get right into it. So first we're going to look at creams. This here is the Captain's Choice North. This is no longer in production, this scent. Captain's Choice is still making fantastic soaps and creams and everything, but this particular scent has been discontinued. I don't even know if you can still get this scent. They just discontinued it this year. But this one, as you can see, I'm going to kind of squat down a little bit so I can see what you see. This is a very soft cream. A very, very soft cream. Probably the softest cream that I own. I mean, I can just sit here and the fingerprints pricked, or where I swirled my finger through it is practically gone. You can see the excess that I wiped on the edge is falling down inside. So that is a cream. So that's the Captain's Choice North scent. Then you've got your good old classic Taylor of Old Bond Street. This is the Sandalwood scent. This cream is not so smooth or so runny, so to say, or soft rather. This is a little bit of a harder cream, still a cream nonetheless. You can swipe your finger through it easy, but as you'll see, I put that on the side and it doesn't, that blob hasn't run down the tub as much. And as you can see, my fingerprint is still in the center. So not as soft of a cream, but a cream nonetheless. And again, that is the Taylor of Old Bond Street Sandalwood shaving cream. And we're going to use this one as an example this evening for lathering a cream. Then you get into crope territory. That is a cream soap. So first off, we have Stirling Peach. This is the 5.8 ounce tub. A little bit harder than a cream, but I can still push my finger down in it. So that's what cropes are. Cropes are cream slash soap. It's neither a cream nor a hard puck soap. So that's what Stirling, all of Stirling that I know that I've used, and I've used a lot of their different scents, they're all cropes. Next we have Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements. This is the Formula CK6 Future Fiction. This also is a crope. It's a little bit softer than Stirling, as you can see, just kind of bubbling up around my finger. So still this is almost a cream in my opinion, but considered a crope. So that is the Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements. Yeah, that's right. Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements Future Fiction CK6 form. And then we get into Soap Commander. Soap Commander, it's going to be kind of hard to see. I'll kind of shadow it a little bit. Soap Commander is a hard soap. You can still press your finger in it. I mean, it's not like a brick or anything, but it is a hard soap. It is very difficult to push my finger into that. and we're going to do a lather with this one as well. That is the Soap Commander Zeal. That is the 6 ounce, I believe. Yeah, 6 ounce tub of Soap Commander. And then good old fashioned Williams mug shaving soap. This is also a hard puck. You could probably see the mug on there. I don't think no, that side is completely blank. But this is also considered a hard puck. Now, as far as lathering is concerned, it is suggested that you soak hard pucks like the Williams mug or the Soap Commander Zeal in what we call a bloom. Typically what people will do, and we'll turn the water on, is you'll run some water. Some guys do cold, some guys do hot. I'm just going to do cold for tonight. But what they'll do is they'll get some soap water on top. You may not be able to see it sloshing around. There you go. Just enough to cover the top layer. And then let that sit while they take a shower, while they get their gear ready. It's not suggested that you bloom your cropes, such as your Future Fiction, such as your Stirling. And you definitely don't want to bloom your creams like your Captain's Choice or your Taylor of Old Bond Street. Adding additional water to these could potentially alter the soap, and you don't want to do that. But you're a grown adult. Do whatever you want to do. So I've got that blooming right now. We're going to be using the lather bowl. This is kind of a better angle. I've got still a little bit of soap left from my last shave. Typically what I'll do if I'm using a crope, or especially if I'm using, like, for say these Soap Commander samples, this is the Fortitude. This is hay, tobacco, and rum. This is a very good scent. I think it smells, I smell caramel in this soap right here. Absolutely love it. But what I've done, let me see if I can get it out of the bag here. I've pinched off a couple pieces. As you can see, I pinched off some pieces, and what I've done is I just smeared them into the bottom of the bowl, and there's still some remnants of that left. So this is a $2 shave bowl from Walmart, or a $2 salsa bowl. This is what you'd see in a Mexican restaurant with the salsa. But what I done was I took a rotary tool and I dremelled out some lines in the bowl, and it makes for an excellent lather bowl. So we're going to use this tonight. The brush that we'll use tonight is going to be the RazoRock. I don't remember what knot this is. It's the Plissoft, but I don't remember what this was called. I couldn't find this on their website anymore. This may be discontinued now. So we're going to wet that in the sink. Now, when you're shaving, what you can do is this water that is sitting on top of the puck, you can apply that to your face like a pre-shave. That'll kind of give you a little bit of extra slickness. We're not going to use it tonight since I'm not shaving, so I'm going to pour that in the sink. So I'm going to shake the water out, relatively dry, and we're going to go straight to loading the brush. So I don't really count. I don't time myself on loading the brush. I just go till I think I've got enough soap. And with hard soaps, you can most definitely load the brush from the puck. With creams, what you want to do is you want to dip the tips. We've got quite a bit of soap there. With a cream, you want to dip the tips of the brush in the soap. I've seen some guys like scoop some out. Not me. I don't do that. I don't need that much soap. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to put some water in the bowl. You can kind of see how much I've got there. Let me see if I can. There we go. Start off with just a little bit of water. I'm actually going to pour some of that out. All right, that's good. So I'm not going to go fast. I'm going to start slow. I'm going to let the cream start to build. Now, as you're using a lather bowl or as you're face lathering, you'll find if you start off with a dry brush and you start off with a relatively small amount of water, that you'll need to add water, and that is perfectly okay. With synthetic knots, the brush does not soak up, as far as the hairs, the fibers rather, they do not soak up water. So all the water you're adding is going to be going into the soap. Now with a boar hair brush or a badger or any sort of a real animal hairbrush, you may find that the lather kind of dries out a little bit, but that's because your hair, the bristles of your brush are soaking up the water from the lather. So you may find that you have to add more water to that. I think I'm going to add some water to this. Get us where we want us. With Soap Commander soap is not so thirsty, so here's what I'm going to do. Just some water in the hand. I just scoop up some water, just a few drops at a time. Take your time building your lather. I don't usually spend a lot of time working a lather. Typically, I could get to a point like this and call that good. But tonight we're going to kind of try to take this farther and get us a good lather here for you as an example. I may not do the cream. We may do that in another video because it's the same process. You start off with a little bit of water in the bowl or a little bit of water in the bristles. Now you'll see I'm not really pushing down now. Right now I'm using the sides of the bowl to help me in building the lather. Kind of whipping the brush around vigorously, and we're slowly but surely getting a lather. So I'm going to add just a little bit more water. Again, starting slow because I don't want to sling water and soap everywhere. Trying to do this where you can see it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the side of the bowl to get the soap out so that I can kind of work the soap around with the brush. So as you can see, we've got a lot of soap there. The brush is empty. I'm going to push all the soap to the bottom of the bowl. One thing that I like to do when I'm making a lather is I like to push down on the bowl or push down on the lather. I think that helps with getting rid of some of the air bubbles, and that may just be my brain telling me that, and it may not have any benefit whatsoever, but that's what I like to do when I'm working a lather. So as you can see, we've got us a nice lather. Now if you're in the middle of your shave and you find that you're out of soap, go back to the puck. There's nothing wrong with having to go back to the puck. We've got us a pretty good lather here now. Trying to do that where you can see it. Peaks aren't very high. We're going to keep working it. And this is one of the things about wet shaving. It's kind of therapeutic to spend some time in reflection of the day, just letting out some of your frustration on this soap with the brush. But as you can see, we've got us a pretty good lather here forming in the bowl. Now, some people like their lather to be just a little bit more wet. Some people like their lather to be just a little bit on the drier side. It's all personal preference. There's no right or wrong way to lather. There's no right or wrong way to shave. It's all about you and what you like. So we've got a pretty good lather going on here. And the more you work it, the better it will be, I promise you. Look at all that soap. Look at it. See if we can scoop it all out of the bowl. There we go. So on my hand. So there's the lather. And it didn't take long. I've spent more time talking. And like I said, typically I don't spend that much time working a lather. But hopefully that's helped. So I've got all the lather out of the bowl. Rinse the brush off. So very good lather. It don't take long. It don't take much to get a great shave out of your soap. Let me rinse my hands off and I'll be right back with you. Well, hopefully that was informative for you. What I've done is when I rinsed everything out, I rinsed the soap off and I'll leave that sitting upside down on the lid overnight to dry out, and then in the morning I'll put the lid back on it and put it with the rest of the soaps. Hopefully you've enjoyed this video this evening. Hopefully you've learned something. Hopefully it was informative for you if you've not been wet shaving very long, or if you have been wet shaving very long, maybe I've helped you with something this evening that you didn't know. Thanks for tuning in for tonight's shave video. Please be sure to subscribe, press the like button, and we will catch you in the next Sunday Night Shave.